Moving on to the next topic at hand, man. So we all seen what happened on August 5th, right? Down in Montgomery, Alabama,
It's a national holiday.
where that's what they're trying to make it. But of course, everybody's seen it was a huge social media frenzy over the big brawl that went on in Montgomery, Alabama, on which was being called the Riverfront Brawl now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going on. It went on
WrestleMania
August
40.
5th. WrestleMania 40 is crazy, but it's caused a national debate across the world, whether it was um, a racist thing, or if it was a man, or if it was a man that was taking his job too seriously, or whatever it was. Now, people done created memes and they doing workouts with folding chairs now, and it's becoming a massive thing. D-Lo, talk to me about this brawl that happened on August 5th. That's now a national holiday, brother.
Yeah, like I said, WrestleMania 40 broke out on the riverfront in Montgomery, Alabama. So what happened was you had a river boat. It was called the Harriott II, and then you had a private boat. Well, the river boat, the
pontoon
Harriott
boat.
II was the private pontoon. The riverfront, the Harriott II was supposed to dock or coming back to dock in the location that the private boat was. And I guess that's their spot to dock at. And so in order to dock there, they had to ask the private boat to get to move. And, some people don't like to be told what to do. And a brawl ensued. And yes, it was WrestleMania 40. People were coming out of the woodwork, swimming to shore,
swimming across the river
to get it in. The Avengers popped up out of nowhere. It's just
Black Panther showed up.
Everybody showed up. But how I feel about this is, you F around and you find out. So, to me, I have no doubt in my mind that certain individuals feel like they own everything there is to own, and that you can't tell them what to do and how to do it. And they took offense to it, and they made the gestures that they made. They made the comments that they made, and they did the things that they thought they needed to do in order to have things their way. Well, turns out they messed around and found the right person to deal with, because he sent up the bat signals. Everybody,
I promise you, he did.
And
I promise you.
And on it was. You get into the conversation of, was it justified for some of the individuals that were involved in it to get the type of action that they got? And then you get the conversations of, well, all of it, every last one of them deserved it. I thought it was well deserved. If you want to jump into it because of who you're with to try to help them, then by all means, you deserve everything that's coming for you. So them chairs that was being swung, the person, the guy that jumped off of the riverboat into the water, swam to the dock, and just suplexing everybody, they deserved all of that. Them people that had it happen to them. What you think about it?
Hey man, so to be perfectly honest with you, I think it was justified of what happened to the people that owned the
petty.
Who talking about the people that had the private boat?
No. We are petty. The black.
No, we definitely petty. We petty as hell. Yeah, we petty. 100. Big petty. No. We are definitely petty Pendergrass around this motherfucker. But anyway, but we are definitely that. But I think it was justified mainly because even before the co-captain of the boat, who was a gentleman that was initially jumped on, even before that, it's reported that they called out for the owner of the private pontoon boat for 45 minutes before this gentleman even took it upon himself to move the boat. Now, this was a private docking station of the Harriott II, so this boat was unlawfully parked in this docking station. So they gave them the benefit of the doubt and called out for them for 3/4 of an hour to say, hey, you need to come move this boat. A very, very long time. 45 minutes is a long time to try to find somebody. So this gentleman and the assistant of the boat proceeded to move the boat. So this and the Harriott II is a big pontoon boat. It's a big boat. I'm sitting here looking at a picture of it right now. It's a big boat.
Riverboat, the Harriott II,
It's a river,
or
yeah,
the pontoon.
yeah. The Harriott II. It's a big boat. It's a riverboat, and they took it upon themselves to say, you know what, they don't want to come answer. Then our boat needs to dock, so we gonna move this boat out the way, and we gonna tell the people after we move it. Well, the folks came, apparently they heard that something. They ended up hearing after 45 minutes of not hearing their name being called. They ended up noticing or hearing that their boat was being moved, quote unquote, unlawfully. And they came down to try to, take matters into their own hands and jumped on the wrong black man today. So everybody at that point, everybody got it. Now, like I said, it was justified, and people are asking, was it a hate crime against the co-captain of the boat? Was it a hate crime? A lot of things were being spewed. A lot of words were being said by people who don't need to be saying them. So was it a hate crime? I don't see it as a hate crime, because hate crime is a little bit different. A hate crime is, well, you know what? I'm gonna keep my same stance. I don't think it was a hate crime. I think it was a misunderstanding by one culture to another in a city that has been talked about as being a prejudice state, to keep it 100, which Alabama has been known to be sort of a prejudiced state, so to speak. And it just kind of blew up because I think the people in that state that were in this same place at this same this riverfront, were like tired of the bullshit, basically. So those folk got jumped on. Now, the mayor, who was the first black mayor of Montgomery, came out and said that he had two different perspectives, because as a mayor, he wants to make sure that justice is served, but as a black man, he got a different kind of perspective too. And I can respect that mayor for saying that, because it's definitely been divided since August 5th about this whole situation, because whenever I tell you our people came and showed out, they came and showed out, and them folk messed around and found out. But 13 people have been charged in this situation, and we're gonna see how this story kind of folds out and how they get charged. But it's all misdemeanor charges, like minor assault, petty assaults, and stuff like that. But hopefully we'll see what happens.
You've seen where it's been, I mean, I know it's definitely been some division, but you've seen where it's been mass division over this, though? I have not, honestly. I've seen a couple of individuals, or I've seen on social media where there's a few individuals that are against what happened. But most of it, and maybe that's just the algorithm that I'm in right now, most of them are in favor of what happened to the owners of the pontoon boat. Yeah. So, and across all cultures. So, I mean, I know that it's not just Alabama, it's the South. You listen to everybody.
The South.
You go down South, man. That's just, that's the tension is there. But I have not seen a lot of individuals, again, it could be just the algorithm that I'm in right now, that are against what happened and why it happened on that day, August 5th, which is a national holiday. The chair is the symbol. And
the chair is the symbol.
Jermichael Phelps, Swimmy Hendrix, C. Murder, 21 Salmon, Shaquille O'Gill is the superhero of the day.
Yo, our people are so petty, bro. But now I don't see a mass division as to whether or not it should have happened and if it was justified. That's not what I'm saying, because everybody, like you said, across all cultures, is saying that they got what they deserve. But I think the division is whether or not it was a hate crime or not. That's what the division is at. That's what the division is at. And I don't believe I can say I don't believe it was a hate crime. I think it was a privilege kind of thing. This is what you said whenever I passed it to you after the intro of the segment. You said some people have privilege that they think that they can take advantage of, and this was a privilege type of thing.
Terms than I did, but yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Some people have privilege that they think they can take advantage of, and I think this was a privilege thing that went to the edge, and they just like Jamie Foxx in the stand, he said, "There's the edge. There's the fucking edge right there." And they jumped over that motherfucker. And they effed around and they found out. So that's but the division is whether or not it was a hate crime, but it was a justified 100% justified. 100%. Yeah.
Well, I agree. I don't think it was a hate crime, but I could see how you would say, or I could see how you would justify it being a hate crime. But I don't think it was a hate crime. I just think it was a misunderstanding.
Nah.
No, wait a minute.
Hell no.
Let's
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's just a misunderstanding, but ain't that where a lot of hate crimes? That's the justification of a lot of hate crimes is a misunderstanding. You got different skin complexion than I do. The history of what my people did to your people is, and so on and so forth. I don't know. I'm still gonna stand on the ground that it's not a hate crime. But
me too.
I can see how some individuals would justify it being a hate crime.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it's it's some privilege that people think they can take advantage of sometimes, and it's kind of the only.
Where would the hate crime be though? I hate I'm cutting you off, but questions.
No, you're good. But I guess the hate crime is saying
because the people that got beat up was the majority. Not in the videos.
Not in the videos. They were the minority in them videos.
But in the grand.
So, but initially, it was saying like that they were saying, passing around the N-word and cussing the dude out and whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the Avengers assembled, because they were saying them words and they were jumping the man. So everybody else was like, you know what? I don't like this. We about to goddamn go crazy, and they went crazy. So that's where the hate crime thing comes from, is because a lot of slurs were being passed around. Yeah. And to these two gentlemen that were just basically doing their job. After like I said, they were calling for them for almost an hour to get them to come move this boat. To get them to come move this boat. And at some point, if you're not listening to us, and we need to, and our boat has this private docking station for a reason, then we got to get this boat out the way. So, I mean, I saw Crocs not being put in sport mode. They got ripped up. I done seen chairs over heads, and people getting pushed in the river and getting stomped out. Because if it's one thing our people gonna do, is gonna stand for our people. And that's exactly what happened on the new national holiday that is August the 5th. So
folding chairs, folding people. That's crazy.
This nigga stupid.
That's crazy.
Because people was getting folded. I'm telling you. But I'm gonna get me a necklace that got a folding chair charm on it. You know what I'm saying, for my birthday, and I'm gonna wear it on August 5th. Petty. Because it's gonna be a national holiday moving forward. I promise you, it's gonna be something going crazy. But
cookouts,
big time cookouts.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far and you like what you see, there's a video on the screen right here. I think you might like this one as well. And also, you can find us on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcasts.